Hey, all right, this is the Hellion from the Hellion Rocks. You know, I'm temporarily up here in upstate New York doing the nomad thing for my day job. But, you know, we've managed to pull it all together and get back online, and our first interview we have is with Jaxon from Head PE. Brother, what's happening?
Oh, not much, man. How you doing, brother?
Oh, we're doing fine, man. Like I said, we relocated up here to upstate New York for a bit, and fortunately, I was able to get an advance copy of the brand new Head PE record. Why don't you
right on. Yeah, sure. That's awesome, man. I'm excited about the new one, man, for sure.
It's it's definitely, we're talking about the brand new record. It came out July 22nd, and it is called Evolution. And tell me about how we got there, man.
Right. Well, you know, we really wanted to, kind of go a different direction with our music for the next record, and so when it came time to kind of start throwing ideas around, we started talking about, like genres like doom metal, and we were also into, a lot of like old school Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, so we wanted to kind of go a little closer to those types of genres, and in a very sort of overt way. So we went in that direction, and we'd kind of messed around with a couple riffs at soundcheck, and man, once we started jamming on some of these kind of tunes that kind of fit that style, we were convinced that was the direction we wanted to go. So that's really what this record is, for the most part, is just kind of really just kind of exploiting that sound, we wanted to go for, and we're really excited about it, man. Really happy with the way it came out.
That's cool. It kind of took me aback when I realized that Head PE's actually been around for 20 years. I
right.
couldn't believe that. And you've been with the band I think 10, right?
Yeah, just over 10 years, man. I've been with the band.
That's crazy. And one of the things that I always found interesting about Head PE was the fact that their influences are across the board, man. You get everything from rap, hip-hop to straight-out punk to metal, and I think that the amalgamation of all of those genres led to the uniqueness of Head PE. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our influences, span across, so many different genres, so many different bands. I mean, from Rush to Dr. Dre to Black Sabbath to Led Zeppelin to Megadeth to Bob Marley, you know what I mean, to Steely Dan. I mean, it's all over the place, It's kind of hard not to be influenced by so many different bands, just because we like to listen to a lot of different stuff, and we like to listen to the stuff that somebody else is listening to, you know what I mean? One guy might turn us on to one band, that we wouldn't have otherwise heard, and so it just kind of keeps going like that, and just kind of feeding the cycle of inspiration, really. So, but we are lucky enough to where we are able to sort of touch on a lot of those genres in our music, A lot of fans have come to expect that from Head PE, So it's been called a gift and a curse, because it's kind of difficult to kind of put us in one neat kind of box, to kind of describe us. But at the same time, that doesn't really matter because, we're having fun playing the music we're playing. And, we really think that the fans are enjoying what they're getting, That's why we've been able to do it for so many years, so.
Right. I don't think there's a need for that box, I recently was having a discussion with somebody else, and we were talking about the fact that if you love music and it's in your soul, it doesn't matter what genre it really is, If you're enjoying the art that somebody put out and it moves you in some way, then they've accomplished the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only time that people start worrying about genres and categories and things like that is when the marketing aspect comes around, you know what I mean? When people try to find a way to sell it and this and that, you know what I mean? And that's so secondary. I mean, it is and it isn't, you know what I mean? Because it is a business, but at the same time, it's like we're just still continuing to do what we've been doing, on our terms, and it's worked out for us, on this level, and we're just stoked to be doing that for sure. And I think people appreciate that, when you do break into kind of a hip hop jam, right after a metal a metal song, you know what I mean? You feel that kind of change of energy, you know, in the room, and it's a good change, and it's a positive thing, and I really think it keeps things interesting at the very least, you know. So, and it's something for everybody, you know. You know, if someone's showing up to our show, you know, if anything, they're gonna dig something, you know. If you know what I mean, it'd be very different unless they're like a country fan or, you know, classical music or whatever, you know, they might miss a couple. But besides that, man, yeah, it's to me it's definitely a blessing to be able to do all that.
Nice. You know, hot on the heels of the brand new record Evolution, you guys planning to put together a live show, hit the road and support it, or what's the future look like?
Yeah, man, we actually just got back from a 2-week run from the 8th of this month to the 23rd. We ended the run with the Gathering of the Juggalos, so that was cool. And then we're on like a little 8-day kind of break, and the next show, or this next tour starts on the 1st of August and goes until, I believe, like the 6th of September. So we're going to be back at it again, just kind of going around. We're going out with Powerman 5000. So that'll be real fun. Yeah, man. I've never toured with them. I'm I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know, I'm a fan of the band, and those guys tear it up, so that should be fun.
Yeah, are you guys going to take it out of the States, or is it just going to be a States run, or what's the global plan for Head PE domination?
Oh yeah, man. After that's done, we got like a little. There's talk of going to the Philippines and doing a little, you know, a couple shows out there at the end of September, and then we're going to go back out in October with Soil and American Head Charge. We're going out to doing a UK and a European run with them. That'll be for about a month, and then we'll just go from there. Really, you know, whatever gets add on, we're going to do it and keep working, you know, because that's what we do. We work our asses off, man. So.
Nice. Yeah, you know, with the industry being like it is now, you know, I think it's a little bit harder to push a record, you know, and you've got to get out and actually work like you said, work your asses off selling merch and bringing the music to people. I think it's still a viable, you know, form of employment, you know, making money off of music. It's just a little bit harder to do.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like if you can make money off of music, that's great, you know. But if you can enjoy the music you're playing while you're making money at it, that's even, you know, it's even more special. I mean, we enjoy what we're doing up there for hour and a half on stage, you know. At that point, that's first and foremost, you know. If you feel like you have a sense of completion when you're done, you know what I mean, you're in the right spot. So, I mean, on top of that, if we can actually walk away with a little cash or whatever to live, you know, to survive while doing this, I mean, that's even better, you know. So, but yeah, dude, it is difficult. It is getting more and more difficult, you know, for bands to go out there and earn a living as a band, you know, because there's less money to go around, you know, at a certain level. But it can be done. You just have to, you know, adapt and, you know, because the business is now, it's definitely not like it was. So, you know, certain business models and solutions that would have worked in the past or 10 years ago certainly don't apply now. So, you know, it's about adapting and just kind of staying hands-on and really getting in there and doing it yourself and really being smart, you know, making smart choices.
Right. You know, I think that the bands that are surviving in this economy are the ones that are doing it for the right reasons, you know, that are actually making music they love solely for the art of making music. You know, it gives them a little more longevity, and it helps them to stand taller, you know, and to continue to make fans that they're going to, you know, not just listen to one song and switch the channel. You know, when bands really make artful records and they put their soul out on them, you know, it keeps people coming back. And I firmly believe that Head PE throughout the years has done that.
Yeah, man, that means a lot to hear, dude, and I appreciate you saying that. And it's like when I go home and I when I go home and write music, dude, it's like I forget that, like, oh, this is Head PE. Like, oh, this is like gonna go through distribution, and there's gonna be, like, I forget that it's like this bigger thing, you know. Because to me, I'm just at home writing something that sounds good to me, and just, oh, this riff sounds good, that riff sounds good, whatever, this part sounds good, and I forget that there's this whole other process. There's this audience out there all over the world that's going to eventually hear it. So it's probably a good thing, But yeah, it's definitely it's as pure as it can get in terms of intention. You know what I mean? It's writing music for the love of writing music and listening to music. So it definitely starts there. There's no. Even if we're discussing a style, we're kind of trying to stick to a style. We're still going with the style that we want to do. You know what I mean? But when you're sitting down writing stuff, even with style or whatever, it's still you. It's still 100% pure. It's still true. You know what I mean? So that's one of the main reasons I've been able to continue doing this for so long, is because it is real. It is true. It does come from the heart. So. Like I said, man, again, we're just so grateful that after that we still get to go out and work and play for people, and people want to come out and see us. It's just you couldn't ask for more. I mean, I guess you could ask for bigger audiences, but you can always ask for that anyway.
Right.
But that's separate anyway, man. But yeah, we're just really stoked on this. We're really stoked on this record and everything that's happening right now.
That's great. I think that really this record evolution really is an evolution for Head PE. It really does show a lot of growth and coming together. You've been together 20 years. You've been with the band 10, but I think that this record probably, not just because I got you on the horn and I've been listening to it. I think this is my favorite Head PE record to date. I'm going to say that right here on the show.
Oh wow, man! Damn, that's quite a statement. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, dude. Because I've been a fan of the band. So when I first joined, I was a fan of Head PE. Those first 3 major releases they had, those were in my CD collection, and so I mean those records to me have always been the records. Those were those, and then whatever I was a part of. You know what I mean? Because I had so much respect for the guys who were on the record, Wes and Chad and BC and all that stuff. Those guys, nothing but respect for that lineup. Had big shoes to fill. So to hear that, man, that's that's awesome, man. That's quite a compliment. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And it does. Head PE does remain in regular rotation in my CD collection all the way back. Back to the early days, back to up to right now. It's one of the bands that I keep going back to, and I keep discovering new things on the earlier records that hey, I didn't notice that before. So I think it's a testament to the band right there.
Yeah, man. If you can keep something going that long, obviously there is something right going on there. There's some sort of attraction there to. If one guy leaves, someone's going to come around. You know what I mean? There's definitely something that resonates with keeping people,
cool.
keeping something there. So there's definitely something right going on with that.
Nice. Well, this broadcast is actually it's a podcast. It goes out to 140 countries. The floor is yours, man. Tell the world what you want to tell them about Head PE and what you got going on.
Man, we're just really excited about this new record, and we realize it's been the longest amount of time in between records. In between Truth Rising and Evolution. So we're really grateful for the fans we have for sticking with us and waiting it out. And we didn't want to put this record out until we knew we could do it right. The fans deserve that. So. When they get the record, if they haven't already got the record, man, we are so confident you're going to realize it was worth the wait. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it, man. We're looking forward to seeing as many fans out, throughout the world as we can,
Wonderful. Hey, this has been the Hellion Rocks, and we are talking about the brand new Head PE record, Evolution, and we have fortunately had Jaxon on. And I've got to tell you, from the Hellion Rocks here, that record smokes. You need to go pick it up.
Oh, wow.
We're out.
Hell yeah, man.